Good evening. I'm Lucas Savali, broadcaster for your Syracuse Crunch. On this annual Military Appreciation Night, it is my privilege to be part of tonight's POW MIA seat dedication ceremony. The Crunch is honored to play at the War Memorial, this historic War Memorial. We have a proud tradition of recognizing and partnering with Onondaga County veterans and veterans organizations. On behalf of the Syracuse Crunch, we promise to continue that partnership in the years to come. To begin tonight's dedication, it is my pleasure to introduce the only female veteran in the New York State Legislature, Assemblywoman Pamela J. Hunter.
Thank you, Lucas. As a U.S. Army veteran, I can attest that tonight's ceremony is a solemn but necessary one. For as long as there is an Onondaga County War Memorial, there will now be 2 empty POW MIA seats, reminding us that there are still more than 81,000 Americans missing from World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Cold War, and the Gulf Wars and other conflicts. Throughout our history, men and women have defended our freedom. Most came home, many died for that freedom. A sacred few are lost forever, and several may still be held by our enemies as prisoners of war. Efforts to find these still missing are constant. In the past 41 years, men missing during the Korean War were accounted for. The installation of the POW MIA seat sends that message that we remember and honor these men and women for their military service. It says, "You are not forgotten." It also speaks to the families who have lost someone with no closure. It says, "We care." I would like now to introduce Onondaga County Executive Ryan McMahon, who will tell the history of how tonight's dedication ceremony came to be.
Thank you, Assemblymember Hunter. And thank you all for being here on Military Appreciation Night. Our War Memorial, we are very proud to have our Syracuse Crunch as one of our largest tenants, but our main tenant here is our veterans. So I want to thank all our veterans who are here tonight. I'm deeply honored to be part of this. Yep. And we make great partnerships in this community with the Crunch, our veterans, our state assembly, our state senator, former Senator John D. Francisco, Assemblymember Hunter. They help secure funding for all the improvements you see here tonight. I want to thank our county legislature for voting to fund many of these improvements. Whether it's the new lights, whether it's the All Who Serve Club, and all the other great amenities in the Crunch that are now here, it really is important that we show the support for our veteran community. We have more kiosks to tell the history of this. And I'm very, very pleased to recognize some of the people who do all the work for us on our Veterans Advisory Committee. I want to recognize Admiral John Paddock. Admiral Paddock, please wave. Admiral Paddock is on our subcommittee along with its chair, Veteran Mike Lanessa. Mike, please wave. Rounding out the committee are veterans Mark Burns and James Bass. Our ex officio members, our Veteran Services Agency, Assistant Director Anne Marie Mansilla. Annie. Public Information Specialist Ellen McCauley. And Rick Quattroni, part of our information technology team. I want to thank everybody, and I want to thank you all for supporting our great veterans here in Onondaga County. Assemblymember.
Months ago, the subcommittee was approached by Vietnam veteran Charlie Johnson. Charlie's a Vietnam-era veteran, having served in the Navy from 1964 to 1970, and then the Army from 1980 to 2009. He is a member of the Vietnam Veterans of America, VVA Chapter 103, and the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, CMVA. Charlie informed the subcommittee that the VVA and CVMA, in conjunction with Hussey Seating Company in North Berwick, Maine, wished to donate 2 POW MIA seats to the War Memorial. Charlie even drove to Maine to pick up and deliver the seats into Syracuse. Joining us this evening are VVA number 103 Commander Dan DeFlorio and past Commander Gordy Lane, CVMA Commander Drew Lindstrom, and Charlie Johnson himself. I now ask everyone in the arena to please stand. Tonight, we remember those who are still prisoners of war or missing in action. We think of them and their families and pray those still imprisoned have the courage to persevere and the knowledge that they have not been forgotten. May our nation find ways to find and rescue them and bring them home. On Military Appreciation Night, November 8, 2019, the County Executive, McMahon, and I hereby dedicate the POW MIA seats.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks again for this dedication tonight.
Crunch fans, please welcome our honorary captain on this Military Appreciation Night, 90-year-old Airman First Class, Leonard J. Graff.
And Len Graff is there, ready for that puck drop. He was great. He talked to the team before the game on, I should say, when he was introduced to the team on Wednesday in the locker room, gave a little speech. Got a tour of the facilities here at the War Memorial Arena. 90 years old. He turned 90 on Tuesday. A Korean War veteran, as you heard. And boy, a part of hockey here for a long, long time. And he is great. There's just a great personality. He was chatting up with everybody, met the American-born players following that day on Wednesday night. And boy, they all loved him. And Luke Witkowski, who took the ceremonial puck drop, Glenn was stationed at one point in Michigan, right where Luke Witkowski spends his summers, so very neat for him to be a part of that puck drop here tonight. Our thanks to Len, and wow, thanks to all the military members who were a part of the ceremonies tonight, and well, thanks for their service, of course.